In today's session, we are going to learn the levels of testing in software testing. As we all know, software testing is the process of evaluating and verifying that a software application or system meets the specified requirements and works as intended. The levels of testing in software development refer to the different stages at which tests are performed, ensuring that the software product is tested comprehensively from the smallest units to the complete system. Here are the primary levels of testing. First, 1-unit testing, second integration testing, then system and acceptance testing. First, 1-unit testing. It used to test individual components or units of the software. Here, each unit is tested independently to ensure it performs as expected. Unit testing involves testing individual components or units of code in isolation to ensure they function correctly. Automating unit tests is possible and highly recommended in today's fast-paced development environment. To make a unit test, you should outline what you expect the code to do and write the code, which will check if it is doing what you expect. The examples of unit test are testing a method that sorts an array in ascending order, and testing a function that calculates the sum of two numbers. The different tools are used for unit testing are JUnit, NUnit, PHPUnit, TestNG, etc. Integration testing. Integration testing verifies the interactions between different units or modules of code when combined. It helps identify any bugs or issues arising from coding errors or integrations between modules. It is possible to automate integration testing. The examples of integration testing are testing the communication between modules in an enterprise application, and testing the integration between a front-end user interface and a back-end database. Selenium, Postman, SOAP UI are different tools used for integration testing. There are 4 types of integration testing. First, 1 top-down approach. Here, user starts from the top of the control flow and works downward, integrating and testing modules progressively from the topmost level to the lower levels. Second one, bottom-up integration testing, starts from the lower levels of the control flow and works upward, integrating and testing modules from the lowest level to the topmost level. Third one, sandwich integration testing, also known as hybrid integration testing, is a strategy that combines elements of both top-down and bottom-up integration testing approaches. Fourth, one big bang integration testing. It integrates all modules at once, forming the entire system, and then tests it as a whole. But the disadvantage is if issues arise during testing, it can be difficult to pinpoint their source, potentially leading to delays in fixing. System testing. System testing evaluates the behavior of a complete, integrated system to ensure it meets specified requirements. Here we will be testing the application as a whole system. You can use automation tools for system testing. Examples for system testing are end-to-end testing of an e-commerce website to simulate real user interactions. Example, browsing, adding items to cart, checkout. Testing a mobile banking application across multiple devices and platforms. Selenium WebDriver, Test Complete, Appium, etc. are the tools users for system testing. Acceptance testing, which is used to evaluate whether a specification or the requirements are met as per its delivery. Acceptance testing validates if the system meets business requirements and user expectations. The examples of acceptance testing are user acceptance testing, UAT, where end users validate the software in a real-world environment. Alpha testing, involving a limited group of users testing the software before general release. Beta testing, where the software is released to a broader audience for feedback before the final release. User testing, TestRail, Zephyr, PracTest, etc. are tools used for acceptance testing. Now let us discuss the different types of acceptance testing. First one, user acceptance testing. The primary goal of UAT is to ensure that the software meets the business requirements and is acceptable to end users. Alpha testing is UAT performed internally by the organization's own employees. And beta testing is UAT performed externally by a selected group of end users or customers in a live environment. Business acceptance testing. It validates whether the software meets the business needs, objectives, and requirements defined during the project's initiation and planning phases. Operational acceptance testing, OAT, unlike user acceptance testing, UAT, which focuses on validating the software from the end-user perspective, OAT assesses the operational aspects such as deployment, maintenance, backup, restore, and disaster recovery procedures. Contract acceptance testing. Contract acceptance testing, CAT, in software testing refers to the process of validating that a software system or application meets the contractual requirements as defined in the agreement between the client and the software development company. Last one, regulatory acceptance testing. Regulatory acceptance testing, RAT, in software testing refers to the process of testing a software system to ensure that it complies with specific regulatory requirements, standards, laws, or industry regulations.